Okay, welcome back to the Skilling Roofs part 3. Timer started. I don't know if I have any answers here. I just there's an issue. Someone was asking about these Skillion roofs, and so I started trying to play with them and see how they worked. And just some things that kind of came up, and I just wanted to kind of explore it and talk about it. One of the things was someone mentioned having to change these clear story windows and change the elevation, change the height and elevation view. Not, I say just call them roof cuts wall at bottom, and they fix themselves. And because of that, you got to watch your ridge heights. You might have to change the ridge heights because it sticks out here. And if you look at it in inside the house, you won't see it because you have the framing turned off, and it's a nice clean look. But if you have the framing turned on with a floor view, you're going to see that, and you're going to have some Z fighting and all that other stuff. I just talked about that. I think someone else talked about you only have as many floors as you really have. Well, I'd say nuts. You should have one extra floor than you need. That gives you the chance to do some neat things like put clear story windows in. See, I got to. Ain't that weird? Why am I looking through whatever? You think that's the two windows in there? If I go down here, I'm going to put another window in, Alt 1. And the reason why I do this is because, in plan view, you might want to have windows stacked on top of each other and stuff. What happened here? That's weird. Oh, check that out. Oh, F12. Isn't that weird, man? Yeah, see, I ran into that before. Wow, check that out. Oh, it's that thing right there. I know what. I think this might fix it, but we'll see. Well, I don't want these to be attic walls. Yeah, the reason I do these things is to see how far, it's like chasing tornadoes, you just see how far you can get without getting into trouble. General open to below and push in the envelope. Yeah, and there, now it's fixed. And this is the second floor right here, Where's my roof? My roof's on the. I'll tell you. I'm not going to show you because I'll just be embarrassed. But sometimes when I had this roof, sometimes there'll be some funny framing. I'm not gonna look at it right now, but anyway, this is fixed. See, and so this is why I say you have two floors. For this very reason, so I can have that window there and this window down there, and I have a first floor and a second floor showing the windows. I mean, is it really that difficult to understand that? Control C, Control V, stick this one right here. U and make it 16 by 16. And I want that window to be in this tab. Put that window right there. You know what I'm saying? And I have another window, copy this window and stick this one right over here. And I got one of these things like this. So you have two plans and call out the windows and all that other stuff. Okay, now here's something else that kind of came up. This has two floors to it, right? 1, 2. Why is this wall right here? That wall is right there. Oh, W. I'm going to. This is sort of interesting stuff. This is to understand where all these walls come from. Okay. F7. Okay, now you can see how it's sort of lined up. Okay. Sorry. This is really kind of pushing the envelope. That's what I think I'm doing here, or trying to do. See that wall right there? That wall right there, that vertical wall right there? That's this right here. It's on the first floor. But because, you remember when I told you about I was building these roof planes? And see, here's that roof plane that's right up here. Here's that roof plane that's right. I don't know why the other one, plan number 2, got all screwed up. And you understand why this is clipped right here is because I had the I have a soffit, and I haven't clipped the soffit and all that other kind of stuff. That's why that stuff's going on. But this is sort of interesting in that, listen, this is some really interesting stuff here. I'm on the first floor. On the first floor, I only have one wall, and that's that wall there. If I get rid of that wall, watch what happens. I lose that gap right there. Control Z. Remember I told you this was all out of the box stuff? Well, because when I manipulated this roof, that's what I was doing. I was trying to push the boundaries, because I took this roof, and it's actually below the plate line. See this red line here? See these two? That's the ceiling height defined out of the box ceiling height, out of the box floor height, out of the box ceiling height. And if I copy this up, the out of the box, I don't know, if I had a third floor, that's probably where it would be. But I need this wall. It's in fact, is it a cut wall at bottom? Oh, that'd be interesting. Of course it is. Roof cuts wall at bottom. But this is one of those cases where because you don't want this to show in plan view. Well, 2 ways of dealing with this. First of all, is to raise this ceiling height, I suppose. No, lower the ceiling height. Well, it's 2 ways of lowering it. 2 ways. One way of dealing with it is to drop the default ceiling height of this whole space down here on the first floor. And very rarely do I mess around with these plates. I mean, if I have 9-foot plates, I set the defaults at 9 foot. If I have 10-foot plates, I set the defaults at 10 foot. But because of these roofs that are popping down, that kind of stuff, I don't futz around with that stuff. I just leave it. I just don't. And because of that, some interesting things have popped up. And one is this wall right here. This wall is showing on the first floor. Of course it's showing on the first floor, but you don't want it to show in plan view. So what you do on this thing is cancel. You layer walls normal, copy, and IP. And IP, not in plan. Okay? So now for the thing that gets sent to layout, the walls and IP are not in the plan that gets sent to layout, but it's really there. And it's really there because I need it for this right here. Okay? So anyway, wall on the far left. I have it on the second floor. Oh, I guess I have it. If I get rid of this, what happens? Nothing, because the other roof pops up to the top, I guess, and well, all sorts of other funny things happen. But I find it easier just to have that second floor, okay? And it's if you're send this second floor to layout, just put this on a layer not in plan or something. You can work around it. Believe me, I do it all the time. So I'm going from left to right talking about walls. I talked about this wall. This is the only interior wall, and I put it on its own layer that's shown in the first floor plan. And I would put on not in plan layer. And see, there's no other walls right along here, right? Right. So let's look at the second floor now, where the wall's there. Well, here's a wall right here on the second floor. Where's that? That's in this space here. Okay. This wall right here, I think this wall is actually, I think it's partly that wall. In fact, in this particular case, probably I have, yeah, see, I had that attic wall situation going on right here. And that's how I controlled. Remember that flying attic wall? That's how I'm controlling it, by this. And that wall is actually, I think that wall is actually technically probably Control C, Control V. It's probably up here above the ceiling line. Maybe. Maybe. So let's go to this wall here. Now check this one out. Check this one out. This is another interesting one. This wall right here, watch what, I'd probably get rid of this on the second floor. Watch what happens. See, I got rid of that. See that right there? I got rid of that. Control Z. And so it's sort of right in between no man's land. And so this one, this wall line right here, actually has 3 walls on it. Well, it doesn't have a wall there because I get rid of it. I have a wall right here that I have to have. I don't have to have, in fact, I don't have to have that one. But on the attic level, I have to have this. If I don't have that, what Look what happens. I lose it. You guys, this stuff rarely comes up, but we're just sort of understanding how Chief works. Timer done. And, oh, here's one. Now check out this one. This one's on the second floor. Do I have one on the third floor? No. See that? No. But I have it. I have it here. And so what am I getting at? I'm getting at this wall line right here. This wall line right here has actually the wall's been working on 3 levels. It's working on the first floor, which I've deleted. It's working on the second floor, which is this wall right there. And it's working on the attic level, which is this wall right here. If I was smart, I would probably add a third floor, maybe. I don't know. And then this one here, this only has 2. I don't have any attic walls for this wall line here. You believe me? Go to the attic. Nothing there. See that? So I just think all that stuff is sort of interesting. Just trying to understand how this goes. And I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to end this in this. I think it's part 3. I'm going to end this in just a second. But I will tell you. I don't want to do it. I might do it in the end and after another one. But I will tell you that if I took these roofs and put them up on the second level and then brought them back to the first level, it would affect this wall right here. Ah, there it is right there. There it is right there. That's that wall. And somehow there's going to be some framing that gets futzed around in here. And that is if I move the roof planes up and back down again. And obviously it's behaving right now. I get that. But if it misbehaves, I think maybe you close it down and open it back up and it might fix. I'm just telling you, there'd be some funny walls right in there. It was really weird. So anyway, this is the end of part 3, I think.